Fine. I was gonna play by your rules, but it seems that I can't get my message through to you via YouTube PM, since you're friends only when it comes to messages, and we're the furthest thing from friends, obviously. And Skype is absolutely out of the question, so I suppose I'm just gonna read the PM I tried to send. Oh, no music, no anger. You know, at first I said, when I was approached and I was begged to talk to you on Skype, I said, okay, I'll do it. And then I left to go on life business, and then I decided, why bother? Seriously, why bother? Nothing constructive would come of it, so why bother talking when it's only going to cause more problems? That is why I didn't do it. Okay? Now, before you call me a pussy and say I ran away from it, no. I knew, and in this case, I was big enough to realize that there would be no point in talking when only problems were going to come from it. Let me remind you that you're the one that wanted to talk to me on Skype, so I did my part, my job, and handed you my Skype. I had no desire whatsoever to extend the hand because I have nothing to prove to you. I had a good enough idea of who you are, and I really didn't like it. Unlike what you portrayed to your fans, no, it wasn't a day, it wasn't a week. It was over a month and a half that you had to talk to me and set the record straight like you said you really wanted to. I talked to quite a few guys and got a decent enough picture of what you were. When I come across someone, I approach them with an open mind. You know, you have one forgiveness strike, and after that you slowly lose trust. And when it gets to the point that you got to, I don't want anything to do with you. Don't give me this character BS. What I do on my channel, that's me, not a character. So I conduct myself accordingly. When I go into character and voice act, which you, by the way, seem to really like mocking my hobby and career aspiration by butchering it, that's different. And I find it funny that you tried taunting me by doing that, since I wasn't in character when I made that rant. You just felt like taking my Mephiles the Prophet account and thinking it was designed with you in mind. No, it wasn't. Don't flatter yourself. I made it obvious that it was me. I didn't try to cover it up or hide who I was in my rants. If you think I'm trying to achieve anything on YouTube aside from simply having fun and entertaining myself at my own pace, you're out of your mind. Do I try to be original enough to garner YouTube partnership? Do I constantly update my channel, trying to keep people watching and subscribing? No, I have a job, and not even that's enough for me. So a lot of my life is spent off the internet. The only games I play anymore are the ones I LP. That and voice acting are literally the only hobbies I have time for. Everything else is work and life. If I had a lot more uploads of my LPs, I'd have a lot more subscribers. So that should show you how much a number actually means to me. Another question. Do I indiscriminately make videos bashing random whiner number 500? Do I waste my time on random fans that constantly comment, time that could be used for constructive purposes like uploading the no doubt hundreds of videos I have for people that have sent in yet to be featured? Oh, wait a minute, my channel doesn't do that. But I've heard someone else's does. Word of advice, keep at it or you won't have the time for it. And that's ironic to say that since you spent over 20 minutes of your life on my behalf, not to mention the upload times. And if you don't have the time for it, make an announcement postponing or canceling it altogether. Don't just ignore it. The reason I do my videos is a throwback to you, to let you see as an outsider what a friggin' joke it is to waste time on people like this. Wasting time ranting on fans that you say don't matter to you, but matter enough to waste 10 minutes of your life and a YouTube upload to do it. Yet you persisted with taunting and insulting people, ignoring me and my invite that I sent to you, and I sent mine to you. You accepted it, but you never talked to me. And yet it seemed that it was more important to keep doing these stupid complaint videos. So that gave me a pretty good idea of where your priorities were. I was nice and civil at first in my rants because, believe it or not, I hoped there was some kind of decency in you to just stop, and that inner question of whether or not you were worth a damn died when you made the stupid WoW rant. If your idea of trying to extend an invitation to a civil conversation involves making a stupid rant mocking my voice acting, my job, my family, my love life, and by the way, I already have someone like that, thank you very much, and she means everything to me. My financial problems, my ethics, and just plain mocking me in general. You have a very sick way of trying to maintain a bridge. Might as well douse it in gasoline and light a match. No, I knew full well that talking to you would only lead to more anger and frustration on my part, and I knew that the conversation would be entirely unsocial. And I didn't want that, for either of us actually, so I didn't bother. And you say that I'm not the bigger man for doing that? I know that the only thing that would come from that is mindless arguments, so why bother? I wanted to avoid that. So, bottom line is, we're two completely different people, entirely incompatible. I had no desire in beating a hornet's nest by interacting with you, and I never will. There's your reason for not taking initiative and talking to you. And now that's gone further because those last two videos of yours are the last I'll ever watch, the lasting impression I'll have of you. Because I'm done wasting any more time dwelling on a piece of trash like you. You think I'm going to lose sleep over you? No. The only things that I've lost to you were my patience, time, and temper. Yes, you were part of my inspiration to start my thing up on YouTube, but that is the only thing that impacted me constructively. And FYI, don't ever speak about the things I hold dear again. I made my videos entirely on the mistakes you have made. Not once did I fault your friends or loved ones for finding anything remotely decent about you. Good riddance and have a nice life.